You've all heard the story of Pat Tillman and how he gave up a lucrative NFL career and gave the ultimate sacrifice for his country in Afghanistan. I put out a video previously, and it's in my playlist of a player who was just like uh, Pat Tillman, gave up a lucrative NFL career, who ultimately lost his life in Vietnam in 1971, and he played at Oklahoma. His name was Bob Kelsey. But we got another one, and you got to dig deep on this one to find it. You got to go back to the World War II era. But I'm going to showcase him today and kind of give y'all a little history on him. So let's start the show.
Through 153 games, our record was 125, 24, 4, 2 now. People don't know what it is to be champions. Oklahoma invented it.
Well, welcome to this episode of Sooners and Legends podcast. I'm your host, Mike the Legend. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that red subscriber button, turn on your post notification bells. That way you won't miss anything I'll be dropping in the future. And also, could you please hit the like button for me? And if you don't mind, share the video, because sharing is caring. Well, as I alluded to at the first of the video, we all know who Pat Tillman is, and then I did a video on Bob Kelsey. But we had a football player early in the late 30s. He played under Tom Stidham, and his name was Waddy Young. His given name was Walter, but his nickname was Waddy, and he played on the Sooners team. He got a Big Six championship with them. He was Oklahoma's first consensus All-American. And in 1939, OU played in their very first bowl game, which was the Orange Bowl against Tennessee. And what's funny about that game is what I've read and what I've seen on the historical side of that is Tennessee won it, but it was a bloodbath. It was a glorified fist fight. Uh, there was like 14 or 15 ejections, flags thrown all over the place and what have you. But Waddy was part of that. Now, Waddy went into the NFL, and he got drafted by the Brooklyn Dodgers. They had a football team back then. Now, what's interesting about the Brooklyn Dodgers and that is Waddy Wilson was on the team, or Waddy Young. I'm getting my Waddies mixed up, but Waddy Young was on that Brooklyn Dodgers NFL team on the very first live television broadcast of the NFL. Pretty cool, ain't it? Now, he did. Now, this is where him, Pat Tillman, and Bob Kelsey share giving up a NFL lucrative career to go serve your country. And Waddy joined the service in voluntarily in 1941. And he joined, at that time, it wasn't the Air Force, it was the United States Army Air Corps. And I'm just going to not go through the whole thing. He ultimately flew B-29 bombers. And the name of his plane that he piloted was called Waddy's Wagon, and he flew 25 sorties, and he received a Oak Leaf cluster on his air medal in November. So he was a pretty distinguished pilot during WW2, and like I said, he flew 25 sorties, and on his last bombing run, they were coming home, and they just completed a bombing run over Japan, Tokyo, and one of the pilots that he was flying with, they seen a fighter pilot get hit by a kamikaze, and Young attempted to protect the plane, but the two planes collided and crashed, and Waddy, the whole crew lost her life, and that was to be their last bombing run. So you have 3 former college, goes into the NFL, gives up a lucrative career to serve their country in our time of need. And I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about Waddy, because like I said, he was our first consensus All-American. And I feel I watched a show on it not too long ago. Now, I don't know what number he wore. I didn't look that up, but Oklahoma don't retire numbers, but I feel in my own heart, if Oklahoma was to ever retire jerseys, Waddy Young and Bob Kelsey, I would start with them and retire their numbers, for the simple fact that they gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. So there you go. I promised y'all when I did an earlier video that I would bring out another video, and I figured this one would be a good one. I hope you learned something. Go look up Waddy. He's got a pretty amazing history at OU. Like I said, Big Six champion, first consensus All-American. There's so much more about Waddy. I'm just giving you the nuggets. So y'all take care. God bless. Don't say anything that you would live to regret. This is the Sooner Legend. We'll catch you on the backside. God bless. Boomer Sooner.